So I did a video recently for you guys going over my predictions for who is going to go where in the 2026 Formula 1 season, basically looking at all the open seats currently on the 2026 grid and saying who is going to stay, who is going to go, and if so, where are they going to go. Now obviously in that video I did cover who is out of contract at the end of this year, but I didn't touch on which drivers have a contract for longer than 2, 3, and in some cases 4 seasons as things go. So if you're wondering how long the current contracts last for on the Formula 1 grid, this is the right place to come to. So we're going to go through it all, guys. We're going to go with the guys that have their contracts running out first and then going all the way to the longest contract of them all on the current grid. Now, technically the shortest contract on the grid at the moment is Franco Colapinto at Alpine. Now, when he first joined the team as a full-time driver, he was given, I believe, 5 or 6 races overall to basically show that he was good enough to go throughout the rest of the season. Since then, he presumably has a contract probably to the end of this season. I don't see him being replaced before then, although stranger things have happened, particularly with Flavio Briatore. However, officially he is on a race-by-race deal, so in theory he could of course leave the team sooner than that. But all the other drivers have at least a contract until the end of a current season, and the ones that have it till the end of the current season are Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull Racing, and also the 2 Racing Bulls drivers of Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson. Those guys can move around very easily, as we've seen this year already. Of course, Lawson swapping with Yuki Tsunoda after just 2 rounds this season. Also out of contract at the end of the season are the 2 Mercedes drivers of George Russell and Kimi Antonelli. I expect both of them to re-sign with Mercedes before too long. But yeah, interesting how they're the only ones really, other than the Red Bull drivers and the temporary driver or the replacement driver in the form of Franco Colapinto. Now, everybody else has a contract until at least the end of the 2026 season, and you're going to hear this phrase a lot throughout this video: multi-year deals. See, Formula 1 teams recently have, instead of actually revealing how long these contracts are for, because of all kinds of different clauses, all different kind of bonuses and everything like that, these deals are actually very, very complicated, and a lot of these deals actually do depend on driver performance and team performance as well to see how long they will actually last. So the teams have basically gone with a kind of habit recently. The in thing to do is to announce that their driver has signed on a multi-year deal. And that is what the vast majority of drivers, particularly drivers who have their contracts expiring at the end of 2026, are currently on. So although they are not officially out of the team after 2026 on their current deal, it is assumed they are because they were given a multi-year deal, and 2 years would put them at this point. Hope that all makes sense for you guys. But obviously it's complicated. We're not privy to all the details of these contracts. But I currently have Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Ollie Behrman, Carlos Sainz, and both Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto at Sauber. I have all of those guys on a multi-year deal that is presumed to expire at the end of 2026. So if you don't hear about these guys extending their deals in sometime next year, they may well move on to a different team. I also have Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso also expiring at the end of 2026. Aston Martin doing the old-fashioned thing and basically saying that those deals are both up at the end of 26, keeping it simple. There are 3 drivers on the current grid that have multi-year deals that are set to expire at the end of 2027 as well. Oscar Piastri, Alex Albon, and surprisingly Sir Lewis Hamilton. Now, Hamilton was signed on a multi-year deal at Ferrari, and the heavy rumour was that he had signed a deal that was until the end of the 2026 season, although some rumours do suggest that he actually has a contract that runs until the end of 27, which is what he wanted from Mercedes, but Mercedes were not willing to offer it. So that might have been part of the reason, a very small part probably, but part of the reason why he made the switch to red this year. But who's left? There's just 1 driver left. I've gone through 19 drivers. Of course, it's our current world champion, Max Verstappen, whose contract officially runs out with Red Bull Racing at the end of 2028. And despite all the rumours about him leaving and going to Aston Martin or Mercedes next year, he has confirmed that he will be with Red Bull until the end of this season at the very least. And officially his contract runs out at the end of 28. But yeah, there you go, guys. Those are all the 20 drivers in Formula 1 and when their contracts run out. Were you surprised by any of these? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, if you want to see more like this, and have a great day wherever in the world today. See you very soon.